Biden's State of the Union address tomorrow. Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, invited him to do it. I think that's such a silly tradition. It always happens. Well, I've invited whatever. I'm not even going to go into it, but that's happening. It's happening tomorrow night, barring some major change. And look, you've got people saying that they're going to talk about the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the what was the bill before that ended up just being the Inflation Reduction Act. It ended up just being, woke climates. It had nothing to do with anything. Inflation went up. Everyone still lost on it. But he continues to, what's remarkable, and we're going to get all these points, right? KJP's like, oh, he's going to make all these points, and there was a clip today I almost brought in. She's like, it's going to be a very Joe Biden speech. He's been very involved in helping write it. It's like, well, first of all, hold up, lady. He's not even up more than a few hours a day. How involved can he be? But if he really was involved in getting all this stuff done and getting it written in there, man, I tell you what, it's going to be amazing. I'll sit in and watch the whole damn thing if he played a part in writing that. But he's going to talk about all this stuff that says, hey, here's all the great things we're doing, right? And I get it. That's what every president does, always have done. But you look at his tweets, and again, I would maintain I don't think he knows how to tweet or even get into his account. It's obviously his staff. But you have these folks send out these messages like, look at all this great stuff we've done. And then they'll literally talk about whether it's the economy or whether it's the border or one of these issues where the world on that particular issue is on fire. It's not going well. He would do it even as inflation was going up and gas prices were going up, as we were hitting what by traditional standards was a recession. As we're still dealing with all of these prices, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, Otis, there's not a paid subscriber here, brother. Glad you're here. Thanks for trolling, but not paid. They just don't like me because I like this country and served it. It's fun. It's a fun game we play. But
you remember how they did the whiteout, the
chicks, the squad, and all the yeah.
I hope, and because of the track record of the Republicans, I'd say nothing's going to happen. But I hope that they do something like that. Not that they dress up or whatever, but like they decide not to applaud or stand up. Whatever, like they've got to do something to make a stand, to show that we're not about this garbage that he's going to come up and try to peddle. Because they say it in their on the news, and they say it to the constituents, all that stuff. But here at the State of the Union, they gotta show something. Otherwise, it's just gonna be like, okay, cool, we're back to where we were.
They probably will. The America First Caucus will probably cause a stink, and they should. You're right, they should. But it's all, at the end of the day, it's all just political theater. It does nothing. Like, I'm ready for people to do something, and we can't really accomplish much right now, right? I mean, we can get some stuff through the House maybe, but it stops there. We're in a tricky spot. We're in a tricky spot, and it's not good for anyone on either side of the aisle. And anyone who can't see that's just not paying attention. But it's going to be interesting to see how he crafts this and how his team crafts it, because you look at this new poll, and we'll slap it up here. Most Americans say Biden has accomplished not very much or little or nothing during his time in office. So U.S. adults combined, 36% say he's done a great deal or a good amount. 62% say not much or little to nothing. A small fraction didn't have an opinion on it. I don't know what they're thinking. Then the Democrats, of course, supported it, but not crazy. Not into the 80s and 90s. They were 77%. Independents, 66%, said not much, little to nothing. Republicans, 93% polled little to nothing. Now, that's not surprising that you've got high numbers on either side. But across all U.S. adults and across independents, you're into the 60s, 62 and 66 respectively. That's a big number. His poll numbers, his presidential approval numbers throughout his 2 years. And again, it pains me to say 2 years. It feels like it's been a decade. We're only halfway there, folks. His poll numbers have been disastrous.
During the recession of 2008 through 2011, the value of gold increased 80% in just 3 short years. That means if you want to reduce the impact on your retirement from the next economic recession, you could do what banks, nations, and governments are doing, protecting your wealth with gold and silver. Now, you may be thinking, but I don't have the money to buy gold or silver. What should I do? Here's the good news. If you're a holder of an IRA, 401k, annuity, pension, TSP, or any other qualified retirement account, you can convert a portion of your retirement funds that you already have into physical gold and silver and do it completely tax and penalty free. These are real physical metals that you can own, see, and touch. The specialists at Goldco will help you set up your very own gold IRA. The best part, all you need is your current retirement or savings account to get started.
Get the whole story on Red Voice Media Premium using the link below, completely uncensored and ad-free.